Oh yeah. Yeah. Bunch of guys. But if you look at the hard skill component, they had already turned the page. Right? So if you look at the guys who maybe didn't have balance, I felt like their performance was at a different level, and I didn't want to live in that gray area in between. It's like, I want no one to ever question if I can make the jump, if I can make the climb, if I can pick that up, if I can make this shot, how's my skills in the house, like all the things that like truly matter, like the 5 things that really, really matter. I don't want anyone to ever question my ability to do those 5 things. And I felt like the guys who were probably amazing husbands, amazing fathers, weren't setting the standard on those 5 disciplines. Like, they were holding their own. They were well above industry standard. If they would have went back to Team 10, they would have blown everybody out of the water. But at that level, it felt like there was a big gap between being brand new, living in that middle gray area, and then the super elite. There was levels to it. And product of the culture, man. Just trying to be better.
We spoke about yesterday about the idea of some people, probably yourself as well, suppress pain, suppress situations, whatever it is. But the idea of suppressing love is something that I think was quite unique to your situation around the girls and Patsy. Would you be open to talking about that a little bit?
Sure.
I mean, how difficult is that to do that?
It's not as difficult as you would think. It'd be very difficult if you lived a normal 9 to 5 and you came home every day and you were building that relationship, that rapport, and you were trying to suppress it from close proximity. But when you're on the road so much, you're gone, you're distant, it's very easy just to wall it off. And, just how things were in the war and mission sets and things that were coming down the pipe, I fell in love with them. I fell in love with Patsy. I fell in love with Lola. And it's like, man, like some of these things you would get briefed on, you would start spinning up for. You're like, that's a kamikaze mission, dude. Like, do I want to make her the first 2-time widow in NSW history? Like, no, I don't. Well, how am I going to bite on that risk? I'm going to obsess over the craft. I'm going to surround myself with people that are better than me, and I'm just going to show up every day trying to be a little bit better than I was the day before. That's it. That's all I can do. But I wouldn't FaceTime much. I wouldn't call home much. Because it's one of those things, like, you end a FaceTime phone call, the last thing you see is your infant doesn't know you. I mean, her eyes are still kind of slammed shut. I mean, she's not even really processing the world right now. So you see that and you're like, okay, I'll call you later. You hang it up. 5 minutes later, you're on a bus heading to the helipad. Now you're flying in. You're like, that's on the forefront of your mind. What happens if I step off this helo? I step on an ID, I get blown up. What happens if I run to the front door? They clack off the building, they kill me. How's that going to happen to her? Who's going to knock on her door? What's her reaction going to be? How's she going to explain that to Lola? She's not going to know until she's 7, 8 years old. This is what happened to your dad. It's just, it weighs heavy, man. And some guys are really good at compartmentalizing it. I used proximity. I just tried to distance myself as much as possible. In the back of my mind, it was, when the war ends, I'll be able to just roll back in and I'll just pick up right where I should be and things will be in a natural, happy order. That's just not the case, man. It just isn't. You need to be there. You need to be there for bath time and story time and being Brontosaurus and painting fingernails and doing the whole thing. And if you're not, you miss out on a bunch of valuable things. And that's so hard for me.
Just a quick interruption from the video. I just want to tell you that our email list is linked down below and you're going to get genuine emails from myself, my brothers, and updates about what is going on. And that includes early access to these videos, but also behind the scenes of these projects and how we're making them. We want to stay connected with you guys, and this is the best way that you can do that. Join down below. It's completely free and you get a ton of wisdom and some emails from some daft lads.
The tools you created in the way that you were was to protect the girls and Patsy, and was to ensure that they had a father at some point. At what point did you realize that those tools and those walls that you were building to protect them actually was causing them harm?
By 2015, 2016, like, I knew I'd taken it a little bit too far. And now it's just so hard to come back into it. Now the schedule's ramped up. I've already set conditions to be gone so much. And it was like, no matter how I try to come back and try to reintegrate with the family, it's not even that it's met with resistance. It feels like I'm staying the night at your house. Like, I'm creeping around the kitchen. Like, I don't know where the paper towels are anymore. I'm like, where is my protein shaker? Like, I don't know where anything is anymore because I haven't been there much. And when I am there, I'm still so distant. Like, I'm not locked in. I mean, I don't know if she told you that. Like, I'd sit on the couch and she'd be sitting there holding Lola and watching TV or whatever, and I'd have a little whiteboard out just drawing CQB sketches. Hours, dude. She's like trying to have a conversation. She's like, hey, what? She's like, I've been talking to you for 5 minutes. Yeah. She'd start talking and I'd start sketching again. It's like I couldn't even get out of it. It's like my default mechanism. It makes you really good, but it really separates you. So hard to integrate. Because then you feel like a constant failure. Nobody wants to feel like that. It's like every time I show up, I mess this thing up. Like, I show up at school for some parent-teacher conference. They don't know who I am. Like, oh, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Lola's dad. And they're like, oh, okay. One of those things. I can remember bringing Lola into the team. I bring her in the cage area. I'm working in there on a Saturday, and she's running around, and all the guys are in there. And you just hear, DJ. Like, your kid calls you DJ? I'm like, yeah, she did up until she was probably 7. That's all she ever heard, because it would always be on a phone call. DJ. Me and Patsy arguing or whatever it was. That's what she called me. It's heavy, man. It's like never anybody I wanted to be. It just naturally evolved that way. If I could go back and change it, I don't know if I would, but I definitely would have ran on dials, not switches. So.
Patsy said about, like, even when she was trying to integrate you into the family, it was difficult. Like, you'd go out in public and you'd have, she spoke about panic attacks and like sweats and stuff like that. Could you talk us through like one of those situations or what that looked like?
You know, I never had depression, never had anxiety as a kid. Not that I can remember. I never liked public speaking, but I never minded big crowds. Going to the mall, going to movies, going to a concert, like, I didn't care. Right after that 2013, when I got hurt, I couldn't be around it. Like, even going to the supermarket, like, she'd see me, she's like, you okay? I'd just be sweating, just always on edge. I always thought I was about to be attacked. I mean, I'm looking at just spitting venom on somebody, just hyper vigilant, just constantly aware, just processing so much information. I mean, Manny talked about it not too long ago. I mean, it happens even now. If I'm walking through the mall, it feels like, my brain goes in like Terminator mode. 6'1", 214 pounds, left-handed, got a limp right there. He's got cauliflower ears. I'm just doing that with every single person around me, like all day long, and it's exhausting. By the time you get home, it's just, like, I can't do this anymore. I feel like at any point, the whole mob is just going to turn inboard on me and just attack me. It's like, I can't fight myself out of this. I don't want to be here. I can't do this. We go to Busch Gardens, Disney World. I can't do this. I mean, just standing in line, start sweating, just panicking. Like, I cannot be here right now. She's like, oh, just calm down. Like, don't tell me to calm down. Stop. I can't do this right now. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's like, oh my God. I'd have a visceral response and I'd feel it. I mean, they thought I was having seizures for a while. I went in, we had to do all these testing, and I actually grabbed my troop chief and he's like, what's going on with this stuff? I hear you're going to the hospital. I'm like, come here. And I grabbed his hand and I put it on my sternum, and he went, what the It felt like you had a cell phone under my sternum on vibrate. I'm like, I'm not doing that, dude. I don't know what that is. And he's like, okay. Went, got checked out, and had to go to NICO and get on a bunch of meds and all this stuff. And it was just consuming, man. I remember the first time it ever happened. We were in the chow hall at work, eating lunch. We just got done doing CQB. I'm sitting there normal. Everybody's having a nice, easy, even keel conversation. And all of a sudden, it was like a rush of information. Every conversation around the entire room, the cutting, banging of plates, the dishwasher going off, just everything. And I looked down and I could see sweat dripping off my nose at the table. And I'm like, oh my God. Went to the bathroom, dry heaving, splashing water on my face. Like, I couldn't catch my breath. Like, I thought I was going to die right then and there in the bathroom. And the only thing worse than that was me trying to convince myself I could cover this up and walk back out there and no one's going to notice. Like, what if they notice? What if they see? What are they going to say? What are they going to do? They're going to kick me out of here? Oh God, how do I hide this? How do I cover this up? Distance yourself. Get away from the group. Ostracize yourself, get to where this is manageable, and then I can reintegrate later. And it just kept getting worse. And I'd go home and it was like I had no safe haven. Now it's like I only felt comfortable at work. Now I don't. Now I don't know what to do. I can't say it to anybody. Who am I going to say it to? Like, nobody else is going through this. At least you thought at the time. Like, I commonly say I was the first team guy that ever suffered from any kind of mental health issues, because no one most certainly said it before I did. Like, they did it. The guys committed suicide. They did all kinds of stuff. They got divorced, alcoholism, all the other things, but no one ever spoke about it. So when it happened to me, I felt like I had leprosy. Why is this only happening to me? How has this not happened to anybody else? It was. Nobody just ever talked about it.
How long did you hide it for?
Oh, like crippling, 2013 to 2020.
Whoa.
Oh, crippling.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Like not sleeping. Like she's washing the sheets in our bed 5 nights a week, sweating through the entire mattress. I mean, there's a giant yellow stain from me just pouring sweat all night. Nightmares, just terrible stuff. Just suck it up. Keep eating the meds. Think it's going to do better. I mean, I was doing everything. Wim Hof, mindset, meditation, labyrinth walks, 20-minute walks. I was trying to do everything I could to try to suppress it. Nothing worked. And now when I look back, was it really that? Or was it a combination of that and then all the different medications I was on? I don't know. It'd be nice to be able to point to, be like, oh, it was because I was taking all these meds and I was abusing alcohol. I wasn't. I was taking all the meds. I wasn't abusing alcohol. It didn't really matter. But I was, toughest time of my life, man. To try to show up and do that job and not be sure if you're going to be able to cover it up. Like, at what point are people going to realize that you are unhinged right now? You are fraying at the seams. I mean, big injuries that I hit. Huge injuries. I was so afraid. I mean, I broke my femoral neck off in green team. Kept jumping on it. Did another 80 skydives on it. I didn't care. I'm not saying a word. Dislocate my shoulder, tear all my labrums, rotator cuff. I'm not saying a word. It got to the point right now I couldn't throw a baseball. It's 50-50. My shoulder comes out of socket. I'm just going to suck it up. I'm just going to pretend like this isn't happening right now, and I'm just going to guard this. I'm not going to say anything to anybody. And selfish, man. Putting my individual needs above the needs of the group. Am I at 100%? No. I'm at 50%. But because you can still perform at a super high level, like, well, me at 50% right now is so much better than I used to be that no one's even going to notice. Like, you don't have to worry about me jumping. You don't have to worry about my CQB, not my breaching, not my shooting, not my fighting, not my fitness. Nope. It didn't matter. Mentally and emotionally, I was just in a downward spiral.
How did you feel when you eventually left? Like, how did, like, especially mentally, like losing that identity?
At the moment, I got in trouble for some jump stuff, and it was one of those moments where I felt a culture shift, and I was like, man, it certainly feels like you want us to be choir boys. It feels like you want me to not be who you wanted me to be 6 months ago, and I don't want to change. I don't want any of these guys to change. So in my mind, I was done. I was like, medical retirement, done. I'm going to do that. I'm going to contract. I'm going to be happy. I'll be home. You know, the majority of the year now, I'll make more money than I made when I was in. Everything will be great. The furthest thing from the truth, man. They hand me that thing on a Friday. I get my DD 214. I'm officially retired. They take away my ID, sign a bunch of paperwork, all the NDAs. I pulled out of the compound, took a picture of my rearview mirror, get a picture of the gate closing behind me. Never coming back. That first Monday morning was crippling. Terrible. I never imagined it would be that hard. No one ever talked about it. You always hear these fairy tales and this illusion of grandeur that you're going to get out and this billionaire from Texas will pay you $400,000 a year just to sit on his ranch and tell war stories, and he wants you to be a program developer that doesn't really do anything. Like, you hear these fairy tale stories, and you're like, cool, I'll just do that. No. That phone call's never coming. That job opportunity doesn't exist. Now what are you going to do? You have 5 things you're really, really good at, and no one needs them. There's not a civilian organization that I know that's going to tell me to run a compound assault. They're not going to ask me to jump. They're not going to ask me to dive. They're not going to ask me to mission plan or do anything else. Like, I don't have any transferable skill set. Nothing. There's nothing I know how to do that you're going to pay me to do. So what do I do now? It's a downward spiral. In my mind, I thought it was going to be the best thing for me. In reality, it was probably the worst. I wasn't ready. Wasn't ready at all. And I told myself I was, but Wasn't. I feel like that happens to most of the guys. I feel like they're ready to get out and they're like, oh, cool, I'm going to get out and I'm going to Goldman Sachs. I'm never going to pick up a gun again. I'm never going to talk about CQB again. I'm going to completely change everything about me. They have a enormous fall from grace. You've never been around civilians, not in 25 years. You have no idea what you're about to walk into. I know you went to school when you were in Afghanistan, you got your degree in finance, and you think it's going to be amazing because of where you're going to work. Miserable. Majority of them just quit. We've had a bunch of guys get out and just come back in. They get out, they're out for a year, and they're like, nope, right back in.